Let's start off with periodization. During this time period, the Industrial Revolution and imperialism are not only themselves interconnected, but they also connect other developments. Many of the developments discussed in this section have an impact not only on their sole region, but on others as well. In the Atlantic Revolutions, there are many Enlightenment ideals that seemed to have an impact on most of the revolutions. The Atlantic Revolutions. The American Revolution was one of those events that impacted the developments in the rest of the world. The British had begun colonizing eastern North America in the 17th century. Halfway through the 18th century, France became involved, as they also had colonial settlements in the continent. The two embarked on the French Indian War, which Britain won, and their victory led to a change in boundaries as they moved their territories westward. The cost of the war were put on the American colonists, as new laws like the Revenue Act, Stamp Act, and Tea Act were passed to the colonists to get money. The colonists started a revolutionary movement through the boycott of British goods and the Boston Tea Party. This movement eventually led to a fight for independence. American colonists signed the Declaration of Independence, and it further affirmed the fight for independence for Britain. After many battles and defeats, Britain finally surrendered and the war was finally over. Two results of the war were the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. The French Revolution. This revolution was because people were tired of the reign of Louis XIV, so France decided to embark on their own fight for independence. This revolution was more of an internal struggle. Although he ruled under divine right, the governing body, State General, met up to discuss the difficult situation that the country was under financially. The governing body was made up of 3 states. The clergy was made up of priests, the second state was the nobles, and the third state was basically everyone else, from peasant farmers to merchants. The third state had been quite frustrated with the situation, so they took it upon themselves to form the National Assembly. The peasants attacked the nobility and soon adopted the Declaration of the Rights of Man, which was a document that recognized natural rights and was based off of the ideals of the Enlightenment, the American Declaration of Independence, and the writings of Jean-Jacques Rousseau. One of the many differences between these revolutions and the American one was that the citizens were coming together and rising up against their own political and economic system. You could say it was more of a revolution. The motto of the revolution was what they were fighting for: liberty, equality, and fraternity. The revolutionaries took it upon themselves to literally take this revolution into their own hands. They did this in many ways, but one way was the use of the guillotine. Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette were just 2 of the many who were guillotined, and this was before the start of the terror of the revolution. When Napoleon Bonaparte declared himself first consul of the new constitution, that was already the 4th constitution since the beginning of the revolution. Eventually, it all settled down, and a balance of power was commanded in Europe, which left France in a fair position. The Haitian Revolution. This revolution was inspired by the French Revolution that we just talked about. It is thought to be one of the true revolutions. It is the first successful slave revolt in history, and it took place in Haiti, which was a French colony in the Caribbean. This revolution was led by much violence. Pierre Toussaint Louverture, a former slave, led the revolt. Napoleon wanted France to keep hold on the colony because it was a good source of income for France due to its raw materials like sugarcane that were produced in Haiti by slaves. Napoleon sent troops to Haiti to fight, but many were killed by yellow fever in the mountains of Haiti. Even though the French caught Toussaint Louverture and brought him back to France, Haiti became independent under Jacques Dessalines. After claiming independence, Haiti encountered many internal issues due to political and economic problems. The Latin American Revolution. Latin America was an interesting case as it was a group of revolutions all striving for the great idea of self-determination. Spanning from a period from 1800 to 1830, these revolutions were greatly inspired by the American, French, and Haitian revolutions, all successful to an extent. The social class hierarchy that were set greatly influenced these revolutions. Led by influential nationalist leader Simon Bolivar, who was a very effective military leader, won the area called Gran Colombia, which is to modern-day Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela. Another thing to mention about these revolutions is that they were externally fought. This was different from France, as France was fought internally. Latin America fought the imperial powers of Spain and Portugal. Bolivar hoped from the beginning that Latin America would be formed to combine a single nation of South American people, an equivalent to the United States of Latin America. However, Bolivar's dreams did not come true, as Latin America split up into 20 different countries.